Good evening, Badger fans, and welcome to Bennington High School, home of the Badgers. Tonight, we would like to welcome the visitors from Omaha, Skutt. And before we kick things off tonight, BHS would like to recognize the parents of all our student athletes that are participating in football this season. At this time, if we could please have the parents of all freshmen, sophomore, and junior football players please stand and be recognized. Parents, we would like to thank you for your many sacrifices that you make and support of the Bennington football team here at the high school. Thank you. At this time, we would like to direct your attention to the lower concourse, as Bennington would like to take a moment to especially recognize our seniors and their parents. Here are your senior Badgers. Number 3, Drew Erickson. Parents are Brad and Terry Erickson. Drew is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 20, Jacob Gillen. Parents are Bob Gillen and Sonia McGinn. Jacob is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 24, Jacob Wagaman, son of Bill and Brandy Wagaman. Jacob is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 30, Nate Ruprecht, son of Jim and Kristen Ruprecht. Nate is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 37, Alex Brazili. Parents are Joe and Susan Baldassino. Alex is a 4-year participant and a 3-year letter winner in football. Number 51, James Hunt. Parents Karen and James Hunt. And James is a 4-year participant and a 2-time letter winner in football. Number 52, Zach Wallenweber, son of Matt and Tracy Wallenweber. And Zach is also a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 57, Reese Tomjack, son of Kristen and Mike Tomjack. And Reese is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 59, Ian Rasmussen, son of Kim and Mitch Rasmussen. Ian is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. Number 60, Hunter Bloom, son of Brad and Polly Bloom. And Hunter is a 4-year participant and a 2-time letter winner in football. Number 61, Blake Brazili. Parents are Amanda and Renee Barrera. Blake is in his first year of participation in football and will earn his first letter. Number 63, Wes Matheny, son of Julie and Phil Matheny. And Wes is a 4-year participant and a 3-time letter winner in football. And number 68, Skylar Yoder, son of Jeff and Tanya Yoder. And Skylar is a 2-year participant and a first-time letter winner in football. Ladies and gentlemen, please join in on a round of applause for the 2017 football senior class and their parents. We'd like to thank you for your effort and commitment to the Bennington football program. And best of luck tonight against Omaha Skutt. At this time, we would like to introduce the starting lineups. First of all, our visitors from Skutt Catholic on offense. Number 1, J.D. Darrow. Number 5, Ben Sievers. Number 18, Jackson Gordon. Number 20, Austin Ash. Number 21, Ben Zach. Number 49, Jake Archer. Number 51, Ben Altman. Number 62, Sam Heffron. Number 71, Kyle Ruby. Number 74, Blake Anderson. And number 78, Andrew Blyle. Skutt Catholic is coached by assistants John Dooley, Nick Dans, Paul Stewart, Barney McNeil, Dan Krasel, Tim Lakovic, Matt Verzel, Brat Lau, and head coach Matt Turman. And now the starting lineup tonight on defense for the Badgers. Number 3, Drew Erickson. Number 24, Jacob Wagaman. Number 30, Nate Ruprecht. Number 31, Benton Cornett. Number 44, J.J. Rishling. Number 52, Zach Wallenweber. Number 54, Caleb Grunman. Number 59, Ian Rasmussen. Number 61, Blake Brazili. Number 63, Wes Matheny. And number 68, Skylar Yoder. The Badgers are coached by assistants Ryan Rishling, Brandon Mimick, Chris Grinvalds, Jamie Schleifer, Nick Lau, Josh Westgard, and head coach Greg Bowen. Bennington, please welcome your Bennington Badgers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem by the Bennington High School Marching Band.
Wherever you are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here with your Bennington football against Skutt Catholic. Skutt rated number 5 in Class B right now. The regular season finale. About ready to kick it off here.
So is this the first time that you actually had commentators on these? I know you've been working on this throughout the season, but
this is the first football game. By the way, this is our guest commentator today is Alan Picorni, the head wrestling coach here at Bennington.
I'm not an expert on this, so if I make any mistakes, it's all Craig's fault for getting me started on this. I just found out last night I was doing this. It'll be fun.
Jacob Wagner lets the kickoff go back into the end zone. So the Badgers will start off at their 20.
Start the game at their own 20-yard line, first and 10.
We almost need some binoculars from up here, how far we're up, but we'll do our best to identify some of these numbers. The Skutt number's pretty easy to read with the green, dark green on the white.
I'm going to start off with a little equipment issue to start the game.
All right, looks like we're ready to go here.
Pass to Gansbaum a little low, but he's still able to snag it. About a 5-yard gain for the Badgers. Brings up 2nd and 5. Your quarterback starting tonight, Cooper Prasowski.
Say Cooper, it's on the stats. He's one of the top 10 in offense. Look at the Badgers. Nice run for the Badgers. 25-yard run, looks like. And Nate Ruprecht with the 25-yard run there. Say Cooper Prasowski, he is number 6 in the state as a quarterback rating. That was a pretty nice accomplishment for Cooper there. All right, change directions there. Jacob Wagman, nice run for Jacob. 20-yard run. A couple of big runs to start off. It's like the Badgers, they didn't come in intimidated, by Skutt's ranking. And so great start for the Badgers so far. Another nice run there by Gillen there. But 9-yard run. Brings up 2nd down and 1.
2nd down and 1 from the Skutt Catholic 18-yard line.
There's a keeper there.
Ball kept by the quarterback, Prasowski.
Gets a 1st down. So it's a little bit of a challenge there trying to run the camera and talk at the same time. Craig, you need to hire some more people here.
Hire them for free.
Yeah. Well, I got a burger out of it, so I guess that's worth it. Something.
Jacob Wagman on the carry for Bennington.
Wagman, a nice run again with 6-yard pickup.
After a gain of 6 yards. 2nd down.
Even though the Badgers' record isn't as good as they had hoped to be, they still have a lot to play for in this game. Last game of the season, they win this game, which would probably be the upset of the year, but still, they got a chance to go to the playoffs. The quarterback keeps it again. For another 1st down there. Looks like 1st and looks like they're on the 2-yard line.
Tackle made by number 51, Altman. Prasowski brought down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Badgers.
They're right in the middle for a touchdown. Touchdown the Badgers. Badgers draw first blood here tonight. Really impressive drive there. They went right down the field with no problem and scored right away. They said the Badgers really got a lot to play for yet. Tell you in a second here after the extra point attempt. And it's blocked, so Badgers lead right now 6-0. They're talking about what Badgers had to play for here. They win this game, and Ron Colley wins their game over Alston, and then Bennington's district champs and go into the playoffs, which, you know, would really be a great thing for the Badgers this year. All right, we're getting ready to kick off here after the score.
That extra point was blocked by J.D. Darrow for the Skyhawks.
Who's that guy?
Some guy with a weird last name. JD happens to be my cousin, so we got a little family affair going on tonight.
Badgers got to keep this up so have some bragging rights over Thanksgiving and Christmas. The low kick, kind of squibbing along. A decent return there for Skutt. Up to about the 43-yard line, looks like. And Darrow on the return there. So he's getting a little bit of action right away.
First and 10, Skutt Catholic at their own 43-yard line.
It's like a 2-3 yard run maybe.
Ball's in and out to number 21, Ben Zach.
Has Ben Zach on the run there. Yeah, another short run. I mean, they're getting some yards, but not a lot, not in big chunks yet. But so the Badgers defense is doing okay if we can get a stop here. Looks like 3rd down and 4 to go, so 2-3 yard runs. If we can get another stop here and punt and see what happens. Oh, big run there, but there's a flag, so we'll see if it's coming back or what's the flag for.
Yeah, they're pointing back Skutt's direction.
Looks like they're coming back here.
It's like an illegal substitution. No, they're waving it off.
They're waving it off. Huh. That was interesting. But big run up the middle for Skutt to tie it up. Got Darrow on the hold and Joey White kicking the ball here. The extra point is good, so Skutt goes ahead 7-6. Now the defense started off looking good. 2 stops for only 3 yard gains, and then all of a sudden they broke one up the middle. But got to be encouraged about that first start. But you know, that's the big run really hurts. All right, getting ready to kick it off here again. Joey White's kicking it off for Skutt.
Their last kickoff went back through the end zone. Let's see if they go again. They got a nice south wind. It's been a pretty windy afternoon, evening so far. This time a little bit lower, but yet same result.
Still rolled through the end zone, so they'll come out to the 20.
High school football, it goes in the end zone. It's down, dead. They can't return it.
Yeah, Craig, we need this replay here so that we can show replays of these big plays we got, so that the fans back home can see these things.
You shot thousands.
Gonna need to work on that.
We're able to do this with technology and a super small budget. Long-term goal, hopefully the students here, there's a curriculum or a media club that gets started and is able to take this over and broadcast more and more games than I can do.
Yeah, nice run again for the Badgers. 7-yard pickup on that last run, so they're still moving the ball. Yeah, tight budget is buy his cheeseburger, and that's about it. And
we do this voluntarily, hoping long-term start a little bit more opportunities for the high school students in the future, be able to do this.
There's no gain for Prosowski on the play there, so 3rd down and long 3 there, almost 4. See if the Badgers can pick this up. They're going to need to score a lot to win this game, so we need to pick this thing up. Looks like an option and a keeper by Prosowski.
Looks like he might be about a yard short.
But yeah, I think he's a little short.
Looks like the Badgers are going to go ahead and punt this one away.
Got Benton Cornett back punting for the Badgers.
Ooh.
Kind of looked like the wind took that one. You could see that. Looks like about a 1-yard punt there almost.
Jacob Dolinsky stopped it from going negative for the Badgers.
Yeah, you could see that wind it kind of went up. It wasn't the greatest kick of all, but still the wind, you could just see it knock it down. But I've seen worse though. I've actually seen punts I can understand being possibly negative or something like that in a bad wind or shank, but a kickoff. Back when I was in high school, we had a negative 10-yard kickoff. Nice job on the defense there.
That's a sack from
Wes Matheny.
He sacks Ben Sievers, quarterback for Skutt.
Yeah, talking about the negative sack or negative kickoff. How could you do that? Well, there's an onside attempt, and kid tried kicking it sideways, and it ended up rolling backwards about 10 yards.
Wrong way.
Oh, big run for Skutt there, right up the middle.
Yeah, Jake Archer breaking it for a touchdown.
That puts Skutt up right now 13-6 before the extra point attempt. Joey White kicks it through the uprights for extra point, up 14-6. Well, the Badgers need to get something going this next drive here to stay in the game here, because you don't want to get down by too much against Skutt. You know, they're obviously a great team, number one, and number two, the mentality for our kids is that we got to stay in that battle the longer we can stay in, the more they believe they have a chance to win it. And the way they moved that first series, there's no reason why they can't keep moving the ball.
Yeah, really that first place from scrimmage in the last series picked up 7, but a couple no and short yard gains meant they had to punt it away right away. Went 3 and out.
A nice kick into the end zone, so that comes out to the 20 again. This is where we need to get the offense going so we can stay in the game here.
The handoff to Wagman goes for about no gain, it looks like.
He picked up a couple here, right? Or no, he lost yardage.
Yeah, looks like he lost about a yard.
Yard markers on the far side in the field there. He lost 2 yards there. A little high on the pass there. He had some pressure, though. He had to get rid of it. So we have 3rd and 12. Nice pass there, a little high. Oh, just a little bit high. Just off the fingertips. It's been a difficult catch out there, but he was wide open. It's too bad he couldn't have been able to catch that thing and bring it down, and he would have had a lot of yardage there because he had some green space yet. Now Cornett back to punt again.
This time, Benton's kick doesn't get caught in the wind.
He kicked it lower this time, which is probably a good idea with this wind.
Punt by Cornett down at the 48-yard line. A 30-yard punt.
Not a 30-yard punt there, so not fantastic, but into this wind, that's tough. Yeah, I've been watching Benton throughout the season. They've been doing a nice job punting. It's just a tough day to punt in this wind. Maybe when they turn it around the other way, maybe you'll see some big ones.
Hand off to Billy Higgins there, goes for a couple yards.
Billy Higgins, a state champion wrestler for them. Division I recruit going to Northern Colorado, I believe, to wrestle. He's also been nationally ranked as a wrestler too, so certainly a great athlete. Got to know him some over the big run again for Skutt. Got to know Billy some over the summer with some of the national wrestling events we go to. Nice kid to talk to. A 23-yard gain for Skutt. Seemed to be stopping them a time or two, and they break a big one. We need to stop the big runs. If we stop the big runs, give us a chance here. Hopefully we can get a stop here and just don't let them score.
Pass going back to Darrow. He's got it for another Skyhawk touchdown.
J.D. Darrow on the touchdown there.
A 23-yard touchdown pass from Seaver to Darrow.
You know, if he keeps doing that, may have to cut back on the Christmas gifts for J.D. this year. All right, extra point is good. Skutt's up 21-6.
PAT is good.
Now Bennington needs to get that offense going again like they did that first drive. First drive looked good, just since then it struggled a little bit. That last drive, that 3-yard loss right away really put them in a hole and on the downs and yardage, so they couldn't overcome that. 2 incomplete passes and had to punt it. Seemed to be moving on the ground pretty well, so hopefully we can keep that on the ground. It's like the kickoff's going into the end zone again, so we'll come out to the 20 and start at the 20.
Taking advantage of that nice southerly breeze this evening.
Yeah, if you look at the flags and the poles, it's coming straight down the field, it looks like. Even though this field is a little bit of an angle, you know, as far as north and south goes, a little bit of an angle here that it's coming straight across the field. So Ruprecht there on the run there and on a loss there, big loss.
Ball ended up to number 30, Nate Ruprecht. Tackle made by Archer.
It's like about an 8-yard loss.
Second down for the Badgers.
Got about 2nd and 18 here.
Ooh, almost picked off there.
Pass is intended for Alex Brazil, and Skutt defender got in front of that and almost intercepted it.
Yep. Jake Zeppelin with a near interception there.
Got a lot of pressure there and he had to throw away that ball quick there.
Incomplete pass by Kosowski. Under pressure by number
So since that first scoring drive, we just seem to be getting worse and worse here. I don't know if they're mentally getting down on themselves, but they need to pick it up here, and there's no reason why they can't move the ball. Just can't get down on themselves. Yeah, it looks like there'll be a false start there. And Bennington, they'll move back another 5 yards. With this win, that's going to be tough to punt out.
Against the Badgers. 5-yard penalty brings the ball back to the 7-yard line.
So Benton, one of our wrestlers, he's put on about 20, 25 pounds this offseason, doing a nice job of getting in the weight room. And there's a nice punt into the wind. And a good job of covering there for the Badgers.
A 31-yard punt.
So Benton's really been putting in a lot of extra work. He's going down to the Anytime Fitness gym there and putting in some extra lifting there to beef himself up. That's Anytime Fitness in Bennington there. Little plug there for
Shameless plug.
but no, he's been going down, and a couple other wrestlers have been joining him. So you know, they wanting to put on some extra muscle, and that's great. That's what these guys need to do is put on some muscle out there so that they can compete with the best teams out here, and in wrestling too. There's Billy Higgins with a decent run up the middle there, about an 8-yard run looks like.
Ball handed off to number 12, Billy Higgins. Gain of 8. Second down for the Skyhawks.
Got 2nd and 2 here. Like about 4-yard run there that give them a first down.
Ball handed off to number 49, Archer. Tackle made by Rubrick. Rubrick as well as Rasmussen in on the stop for Bennington. First and 10, Skutt Catholic at the Bennington 23.
That was off the mark there.
Pass attempt from Sievers.
That was a good thing that pass was a little bit off there because he was open on that little slant route and probably would have scored.
Had a step and inside position on that.
Higgins with the run again up the middle.
This time the Badgers were able to slow him down a bit, bring up a 3rd and 6.
As Ian Rasmussen on the tackle there, has 2 wrestlers going at it. Ian Rasmussen took down Billy Higgins. 2 takedown there. That's probably the only time you'd ever get a takedown on him though.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Nice job on the Badgers stopping that one for a short game.
This time it was Jake Archer for the Skyhawks.
Ball carried by number 49, Archer.
Yep, timeout on the field there. Skutt's calling a timeout.
Timeout on the field. Timeout. Skutt Catholic.
Got 32 seconds left in the quarter. They're probably wanting to take advantage of the wind, so be ready for some type of pass, I would assume there. Or maybe a long kick, being it's 4th down. Yeah, even though I'm known as a wrestling coach around here, I do have a little football background and some history of Bennington, actually. I didn't go here to high school, but David City Aquinas, and we played Bennington twice in the playoffs, my junior and senior year. And we won both those games. When I came here, I got a little grief for that, but my senior year, we played them in the semifinals at state and beat them, and they were pretty tough. But we got the win and got into the finals. That's Skutt back at it, run up the middle. Nice hit at the line, but looks like he got just enough for first down there. Higgins has Billy Higgins on that run there. Nice tough run for Skutt there. A little short on the pass there. He was open for a minute there. I don't think he could have scored there without breaking some tackles, but Good thing that it fell short, because otherwise they would have been close to another first down at least. The short run up the middle looks like about a 4-yard run. Comes down to third down. Third and about 6 here. So Wallenweber on the tackle there. And Wallenweber, he's also got broke the top 10 tackles in the state, Class B. These stats all came out in the paper today, and 92 total tackles. 17 unassisted and 58 assisted tackles. Averaging about 15 a game. That's pretty good.
So the question probably on everybody's mind who's been listening to the last few broadcasts, do you got some cheesy jokes?
Well, I'll have to think of something here. Give me some time here.
Giving us grief not have jokes when we were covering volleyball. Last two broadcasts.
Yeah, it just started out me kidding around and kidding with you, and then it just all of a sudden turned into everybody turning in jokes, or at least a couple people, I suppose. But
speaking of volleyball, our next broadcast will be on Tuesday as Waverly comes to town. Bennington's had a tough stretch of games recently. Lost 2 of them about a week ago to Deschênes and Concordia. Both ranked teams came in.
And then lost last night to number 1 ranked Wahoo, number 1 in Class C1. So they won the first set and lost the next 3. So they competed well, just couldn't quite get it done. But and then Waverly's tough one too. I think right now, if I remember right, Bennington is ranked number 9. Waverly is ranked number 10. So certainly going to be a great battle. They both played at the EMC conference tournament, and Bennington won that one. Waverly won the first game, and then Bennington won the next first set. Then Bennington won Waverly won the next 2 sets, and a very tight game. So it's going to be a good volleyball game.
And Skutt calls their second timeout of the night. Talk it over a little bit.
Yeah, and today was the state cross country meet, and we had 2 runners in there. And I know that, let's see if we could find the results of those. Caleb finished 18th place at the state cross country meet, so good run for him. Coach Shums always does a nice job at those guys and girls in the cross country. And they're a little young this year, but nice to get a couple down there running the state meet. All right, we're back in action here again. 4th down, and about 3 yards to go, a long 3.
Badgers need to stop here.
And Skutt scores again, so now the score is 27-6. Billy Higgins on the run for the Skyhawks. Got Darrow on the hold again, and Joey White on the kick for the extra point. And it's up, and looks like it's good. So it's now 28-6. All right, now Bennington's got the wind to their back, so let's see how this goes. If the kick goes through the end zone or not, maybe we can get a return here. No TV timeouts around here, so we're right at it right away. Yep, the ball's blowing off the tee, so that Darrow is going to hold it.
Ooh,
Oh.
low kick. Looks like onside, and it looks like the Skyhawks come up with it.
I wonder if that, the wind or, with Darrow holding it, that, something caused that to go short, because I can't imagine kicking onside, but you never know.
It looked like a pretty strong onside kick. It didn't look like it was intentional.
That's kind of what it looked like. Maybe the ball's falling over or something, or maybe JD tried pulling it away. I think JD tried pulling away from him, so kind of did a Charlie Brown thing there. But it worked out for Skutt. Now they got the ball, and Bennington needs to get a stop here because this is starting to get out of hand here. Nice stop there.
It's Ben Zach on the carry for the Skyhawks.
You got Ian Rasmussen on the tackle. Okay, that was a 1-yard loss, so now we got 2nd and 11 coming up here. His hand up in the middle, and nice stop again.
Looks like they're going to give him one, bring up 3rd and 10.
Now we got to get us a big stop here so we get the ball back, and that onside doesn't really hurt us. That's a short pass there, and incomplete, so it brings up 4th down and 10. So now we got Skutt punting into the wind, assuming that they're going to punt.
Badgers brought a little pressure, and Seavers had to almost jump past there. Put it in the dirt. Looks like Skutt's going to go ahead and go for it.
Well, the way their defense has been playing lately, I'm sure they're confident. Confident if they can't make it, they can stop Bennington. But
Well, if you're a numbers guy and a data person, the data says you should go for it on every 4th down. No one should ever punt.
we've been hearing some of that, but there's
Nice
nice
break
job.
up. Looks like that's
Jace Miller on the breakup there. He almost stepped in front of that, picked it off, and he had a lot of green space in front of him. He might have took it all the way for pick 6 if he would have been able to get that. So nice job for the Badgers on defense there, stopping that. Now they get that great field position, get this offense going. Wonder if Skutt didn't just think because they're putting into the wind that they're not going to gain much by it, so they decided to go for it.
looks like Cooper gets about 3 yards on that carry. Little quarterback keeper.
well as Archer. Second down and 8 for the Badgers.
Badgers going 5 wide again.
And the fake handoff and a little run up the middle.
Got about 3 more.
I thought he had a little bit more. Where's the replay? Do we have any replay here? Can Coach Bowen throw a challenge flag? I think he had an extra yard there.
Well, unfortunately, high school sports does not do instant replay. No replay in high school sports yet. I think someday it'll come.
Craig, you need to work on that.
Whoa.
Nice job.
Nice grab there by Ganzabom, and he breaks one. And he's going to go for a touchdown.
There, Badgers scoring. Great concentration. Looked like Skutt was going to possibly get an interception there. He was stepping in front of that pass and kind of tipped it up in the air. And Ganzabom just good concentration on the ball and kept it and brought it in and ran that nice run down the sideline for a touchdown.
Let's see if Bennington can put this one through.
Gives Bennington a little bit of life here. Scores still somewhat reasonable if we can get going and get a stop or two. And you never know with turnovers what can happen. But
yeah, really, it's only a 2-score game right now. Gonna need
2-score game.
2-point conversion.
Well, that's true.
To get there. Lots of time left in the game, though.
Early on, the Badgers were running it. That first series ran it down the field real well, and Skutt adjusted to that and stopped that. And maybe we need to go to the air a little bit, and with the wind behind us, maybe you'll see a little bit more of that. Yeah, because certainly Cooper's a great passer with being number 6 in the state in passing efficiency. So maybe we'll see him air it out a little bit and get that offense going and get back into the game. Have a line drive kick there, the up guy, and
picked up by Tommy Miguel. Caught by him. Gets to about the 33.
All right, now we need to get a stop here.
Ball placed at the 34-yard line.
So we sound kind of a little biased here towards Bennington. Is that okay, or are we supposed to be neutral? All right. Well, since it's on Bennington TV, we can be biased.
I guess the way I look at it is if you listen to the Husker coverage on local stations, I'm pretty biased towards the Huskers, so we can be biased covering on Bennington TV.
So short run there, about a 2-yard run, and so we got 2nd and 8. We can get a stop here with the wind. Maybe get a short punt and got a good field position. Get a chance to get right back in this game. Still got 8 minutes in the game in the quarter yet. Got about a 6-yard run or so. Looks like 3rd and about 2 yards to go. Cornett on the tackle.
3rd down and 2 for the Skyhawks.
Billy Higgins on the run. He's got some room there. One guy to beat, and he's tackled big run there. Down to about looks like the 36-yard line.
Apparently, J.D. Darrow's sister does not like the bias.
Well,
Tough luck for her.
although she's a Husky now, so that's a positive thing. They're going there for the family, going from a Skyhawk. Blue Jay was fine. Creighton Blue Jays Jen playing softball for Blue Jays was great to see, and now she's up at St. Cloud State. All right, looks like Higgins up the middle again on a big run, close to first down. I think he's going to be a little bit short. But Jen went up to St. Cloud State. A lot of Bennington history up at St. Cloud State.
Good Bennington history in wrestling. Now she's starting a little Picorni history, I guess you could say, or extending some Picorni history at St. Cloud in the softball.
Yeah,
the softball team.
Grad assistant there at St. Cloud State softball. Skutt's got second down and a short one. So.
A little motion in their eye. And looks like we're going to have.
Did they call
like
timeout? Yep. Looked like I think it was going to be a delay of game, but coach got a timeout called in time. But anyhow, as far as St. Cloud State history with Bennington, is mostly in wrestling. We got Steve Costanzo, head wrestling coach up at St. Cloud State, done a fantastic job. Won a couple national championships, several national runner-up team awards, and took that program from really the bottom of their conference when he got there to one of the best in the country right now in Division II. And so Steve is from Bennington, old Bennington wrestler. And in fact, I was lucky enough to coach him when he was here, and so know Steve very well. And we got Skutt just a second. We got Skutt going here, getting ready to start again. Second and short. Looks like quarterback's in keeping, got enough for the first down and a couple extra yards there. So looks like about a 7-yard run. But up there at St. Cloud, we got Steve Costanzo, head coach. Then Andy Picorni went up there, and two-time All-American for St. Cloud State wrestling. And then right now we got Brett Velasquez up there, currently a two-time All-American. He was a national champion and a third-place finisher up there. So Brett won it as a freshman. There's Higgins again, a short run there, looks like about 3 yards.
Looks like there's a flag on the play.
Flag's thrown about where the tackle was, so it's either going to be a holding or a face mask there.
Face mask on the Badgers. It'll probably be half the distance to the goal here.
Speaking of national champions in wrestling, a little piece of trivia. I believe there's only one school in the entire state of Nebraska to ever have a national champion alumni as a freshman, collegiate national champion. You know who that is? I probably gave it away earlier.
Bennington.
And actually, Bennington's had two. There's no other school in the entire state that's ever had a national champion come out as a freshman in college, and then we've had two. So a little bit of history there.
Well, the pass was incomplete, but the flag, it looks like it might be a late hit, personal foul.
Yep, sure enough.
Roughing the passer.
It's too bad because that was, it was an incomplete pass. That'll give them a first down and first and goal. So.
First and goal for the 6-yard line.
Hand off to the fullback. Short gain. Looks like about 1 yard maybe. This certainly is going to be 4 down territory this close. So Bennington's got to stop them 3 more times here.
Yeah, I really don't see Skutt looking to kick a field goal into the wind. And
yeah, and really the game within 2 scores. A team like them, they want to put it away. Like I said, you need to, if they want to put this thing away, they need to score some points and get a big lead to take us out of it. But so far, our guys are still hanging in there.
Looks like you just crossed the line.
Yep. That was Billy Higgins for another touchdown.
Feel like we hear a lot of wrestlers called on both teams.
Yep, Billy Higgins has been called. His name's been called a bunch, and then Benton Cornett and Ian Rasmussen. And the kick is good, so it's 35-13. And you talk about that, a lot of wrestlers being called. I heard news conference from Donatello from Michigan State after they beat Michigan, him talking about their victory and stuff, and he gave a lot of praise for their line, and the thing he says, every one of those guys is wrestlers, and that's why their line is so good, because they're wrestlers. And you hear that so often, especially the linemen and defensive guys, talking about wrestlers making great football players, and you look at all the great coaches out there like Urban Meyer and Saban, and even some of the former coaches like Osborne, all talk about how they recruit wrestlers because of their toughness and linemen. You got to have that leverage. You got to learn how to use your leverage, and which wrestling really is great for, and certainly tackling. I mean, there's no better tackle than a blast double. I mean, that's perfect tackling technique.
Yep. Wagman gets a nice return there after letting it hop a little bit. It looked like he thought it might go out of bounds, but it stalled, so he picked it up and got to about 33. Decent field position for the Badgers.
All right, we got to get that offense going. With the win, maybe you see some more passes, I think, here. And Cooper's a great passer, and we got a great receivers. So if the line can hold, you might see some
Cooper's
offense.
A little trouble. He throws it back. I don't know if we're going to get roughing or if we're going to get intentional grounding.
I think that's roughing. That came too quick for intentional ground, Oh,
Yep.
He sure is. That was a quick flag out there.
Yeah, there was no one around there except linemen.
Usually you see the official wait a little bit and kind of talk with the other officials and make sure that there's somebody whether there's somebody or not in the area. But he threw that right away. I mean, that was no hesitation. That's a big loss there.
Yeah, it makes it second and like 25, it looks like.
That was about a 17-yard loss, about 27.
Cooper's going to keep it and get nowhere, and we're back to about 3rd and 30 or more. 3rd and a mile. See if Coach Bowen opts to try to get the first down with the bomb, or if he's going to try to just get some space between them and the back of the end zone.
Well, the first down is going to be tough to get, but if you can get 10, 15 yards or so, that'd make a little bit of room for punting and maybe get some field position. But that doesn't help. Fumble on the snap there. It was a low snap, and the quarterback dropped it, so lost some more yardage. We got 4th down and a mile, so fortunately Benton's got the wind behind him. Hopefully he can get that up and that wind will carry it.
Yeah, Reese Tomjack back there talking to the official. Looks like he wasn't happy with something that's going on down there. I don't know what. I don't know what he was talking to the official, but he didn't seem to like how that play started. Benton gets a quick kickoff. Nice booming kick, hits at the 50.
Nice roll.
Goes all the way back to about the 35. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it out at the 39.
That's about a 55-yard punt. So nice punt there. Certainly that wind is a factor today.
A 54-yard punt by Cornett.
Skutt's taking over again now on 1st and 10. And looked like a fumble there or something. Because running back after he, I don't know if he faked it or what, but he turned around like if something happened that shouldn't have. Miscommunication maybe there or something, but something didn't look right. But worked out for the Bennington, I guess.
Yep. Take what you can get.
Run up the middle, looks like picked up about 5 yards or so. Should be about 3rd down and about 4.
With Ben Zach on the carry.
Cornett on the tackle again.
3rd down and 4.
Cornett been calling his name quite a bit here with tackles and punting. He's been pretty busy. He's certainly had a great season this year. Benton, there's a nice stop for Bennington. Now brings up 4th down. I think we may see the punting team now, but we'll see what Skutt decides to do.
Nice tackle by Richling there.
Looks like they may be going for it again.
I wonder if they're running off the same stats and data that referenced earlier about not punting.
Yeah, it could be the wind too. I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could be figuring they're not going to gain much in the wind, if anything. So might as well go for it and trust their defense.
Defense has been playing pretty well today.
Other than that first drive, and then the other scoring drive, big pass. It looks like Bennington's going to get a stop there. They're going to be 2 yards short. 1st down, so Bennington will take over a great field position on about the 46 or 7-yard line. Looks like they're marking down to 47.
Hit by a host of Badgers at the line of scrimmage.
Talking about Benton, watching the Ralston game on TV. It was a Thursday night game and on TV, and his name was called over and over and over. He did a fantastic job there, and here we're calling his name again today, so certainly doing a great job. Real nice kid too, great kid, great family. You know, hard worker, so it's good to see that hard work paying off.
Looks like Jacob Wagaman gets about 5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, we basically got to take advantage of this and score. We don't have a whole lot of time. Just under a minute now, and we need to move this ball here and get a quick score before the half and keep us in the game. Quarterback run up the middle.
Ooh.
Fumble, looked like there was a fumble. They're calling it down, though. Oh, wait a minute. Now they're...
Thought they were going to throw a flag there, but...
Bennington called a timeout there. At 3rd down and about 4. All right, Craig, you said you think you need a joke. All right. So here you go. What did the football coach say to the broken vending machine?
No idea.
Give me my quarterback.
Oh,
Come on, Craig. That was too easy. So this could be a tradition now. Every broadcast gotta have a joke here.
Awful joke.
They have
It might have to be. A lot of the fans on that last play wanted helmet to helmet on there. Looked like dropped the helmet a little bit, but the refs didn't see it that way.
That's where we need instant replay. We can bring it up to the booth and take a look at it. Maybe call targeting after that, like you do in college.
Got to get that pass through the NFHS. Not likely.
Oh, there we go. Interference there.
That back hand was draped and pulled.
Yep, looked like he was a little early on that. So, otherwise, I think he could have caught that thing. It was right there. It would have been real close to a first down, but the interference will give him a first down and a little bit of life here yet. Got about 36 seconds left, so need to move the ball. And
Pass interference on number 49.
says we got 3 timeouts left, but I believe we took a timeout. I think the score keeper needs to check that out. Happens to be run by one of our assistant wrestling coaches, Jeff Fredrickson, so maybe I'll have to have a talk with Jeff there. Long pass to the end zone went incomplete, so brings up 2nd and 10. Still 32 seconds left in the half, so need to have something happen here. Oh, little hot on the pass there. It was tough to handle. Pass was right there, a little high, but it was a hard pass. Yeah, tough to catch. But that stops the clock with 27 seconds left. We got to get first down too. We can't just go for the end zone here. We need 10 yards up. That procedure there. Looked like Skutt jumped, but we moved too. If we wouldn't have reacted, I think it would have been offsides on them. But
Cooper's going to let it fly. Got hit as he threw it. Ball's a little low, though. A little short, excuse me.
Yeah, the hit really affected the pass there. He hit just as he was throwing it, just as his arm was coming forward. Fortunately, it was coming forward and not back where it would be a fumble, but it did affect the pass. So now it's 4th down and 15. Got to get that first down. Still 21 seconds left. We can get a first down. We've still got to take 2 or 3 shots at least to the end zone.
Looks like a little screen pass to Wagman.
Wagman's got some speed. If he can get out, he can't quite get away. Bennington turns it over and downs, and Skutt takes over with 13 seconds left.
Expect them to take a knee and take it into halftime.
Wagman tackled at the Skutt Catholic 25-yard line. First and 10.
And assuming that Skutt will come out after the half with receiving the kick, so they'll probably have the ball coming back. It just depends on whether they want the ball or the wind. And I know it's a windy day, but I'm assuming they'll want to take the ball and try scoring again and make it difficult on Bennington. But Bennington showed some life this first half. First drive, took it right down the field and scored pretty easily and sputtered a little bit, but then came back with a nice pass. And and score for a touchdown to make it within 2 scores. But now Skutt's back up to 3 scores ahead. But, things can happen out there. Turnover here or there, and you can be right back in the game. So Bennington certainly has an offense that can score.
Yep.
So what do we got going on now? We're going to cut to halftime and let you watch the dance team and the band. The band's coming out right now, and usually we have the band and dance team perform at halftime. So I don't know, Craig, are we cutting out here, or letting them listen? Or
I think we can let them listen. The band will keep the mics on at least so you can hear it a little bit. It might not be so much. Looks like they're actually going to start off with the dance team. So we'll cut out and let them get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we have the Bennington High School Dance Squad. Captains this year are Ava Limbo and Jordan Chrisman. Welcome to the halftime performance of the Bennington High School Marching Band. This evening, the band will present their progress for the 2017 marching show. The show this year features selections in 3 parts from the motion picture soundtrack Godzilla. The band will receive a superior rating at the Bennington Marching Invitational, as well as the Lincoln Public Schools Invitational. They will perform at the MSBA State Marching Festival tomorrow at 4:45 in Lincoln. The band is led by Director Chaz Newbert and color guard instructor Allie Palmer.
All right, we're back after halftime, and Skutt's going to kick off and take the wind.
This time it didn't get in the end zone for the first time, so got to run back from here. Nice little run up at the 25, close to the 30. About the 32-yard line, looks like. So Skutt must have took the win then.
Ball is placed at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, if Bennington can bring it down the field and get a score here, get a quick score, and get us back in the game and give us a chance. So you say there's a chance. All right, just a 1-yard gain there.
Wagman on the carry.
Wagman picked up 1.
Gain of a yard. Second down.
Say Wagman had such a great career here at Bennington that tough to see him leave, I'm sure, as the coaches for football. Another short run. Can't be dancing in the backfield. Got to get upfield quick, and these guys are too quick and gang tackle there. So looks like we got 3rd and about 6 yards to go here.
3rd down and 7 for the Badgers.
Nice. Oh, just a little bit off. Looked like we're going to get that. That's something I would say probably the wind took it, because the way where he threw it and where the wind's coming from, and it just missed him.
Correction, that was number 30, Nate Ruprecht, on the attempted reception.
If he could have got that, it would have been definitely a first down and more. But now we got Benton Cornett back to punt. Punting into the wind again. Still pretty stiff breeze here. Hoping it would calm down a little bit, but hopefully get a nice bounce. There we go. It's about a 35-yard punt, look like, into the wind. So with this wind, that's not too bad.
Punt by Cornett is placed at the back of the 36-yard line.
We got Skutt's first series of the half going here. But they're going to pass. Nice job breaking up that pass there. Nate Ruprecht on the breakup. Looked like for a second that Gordon would be open there, and Ruprecht made a nice break on that and knocked that pass down.
He was broken out. Number 30, Nate Ruprecht, on the coverage for the Badgers.
Hand up the middle for a short gain. Looks like they'll get about 4 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 6.
Ball's handed off to number 49, Archer. First hit.
Skutt's got such a powerful offense that they're tough to stop. If we can get a stop here, get the ball back. Skutt's offense is 10th in the state overall, averaging 349 yards a game. So, very, very tough team here.
A nice open receiver there going down.
It's like he's going to go all the way there.
Benzak. Almost a little bit of a pick there. Block came just after he caught it.
Yeah, that's why Skutt's got a great offense. They're tough to stop.
It looks like the Badgers left that slot receiver wide open. Didn't have him covered to start the play, so easy pitch and catch for the Skyhawks for another touchdown.
You're cheating over there. You got yourself an extra laptop that can replay. I don't have anything. That's not fair. Okay, the extra point was good, so now it's 42 to 13, so it's getting tough to get back in this game, but Bennington needs to make something happen quick here.
I'd like to congratulate the Bennington girls golf team on their 12th place finish at the state tournament in Columbus. Team members are Claire Thompson, Lexi Frank, Erin Mylan, Sophie Ryan, and Sydney Jacobs.
I don't know if you hear that in the background there. Just kind of letting our announcer speak there, congratulating the golf team, girls golf team, on their 12th place finish at the state tournament earlier, about a week or so ago. Had cross country this week, golf a couple weeks ago. So a lot of the fall sports are starting to wind down, and hard to believe the winter sports will be coming up real quick.
After the touchback, Bennington will have the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, Bennington takes over at the 20. Wagman on the run there. Looks like he'll pick up about 5.
Ball's handed out to number 24, Jacob Wagner.
Yep, made 4 yards, looks like.
Second down and 7 for the Badgers.
Cooper's going to keep it for a couple yards. Bring up about 3rd and 4.
Cooper Persowski on the carry.
We're going to need to pick this one up and keep moving the ball.
Yep.
So any chance, we got to be moving that ball now.
Badger's going to throw the ball. Cooper looks to dump it off.
Yeah, Cooper had more pressure again, so he had to look for his outlet pass, and it was just a little bit off the mark, but brings up 4th down now, and Cornett back to punt again. The stiff wind, that's going to be tough. Skutt probably come up with some good field position here again. Hopefully we can get a good bounce, and low kick and bounce.
Well, looked like it was driving, but then just stalled out in that wind and just died in midair.
I don't know if you can see
straight
that
down
on TV or not, but you can sure see it here. Just kind of like hit a wall and just floated for a while. And
needed to keep it about 5 yards lower in the air to get it to keep going.
Get that rugby punt going. Yeah, Skutt's got great field position here at the 43. Run up the middle, short yardage here. Looks like he'll get about 3.
Ball's handed off to Jake Archer. Second down and 7 for the Skyhawks.
Talking about the fall sports winding it down. I believe the band tomorrow is going to state band invitational, I believe. It's the last game for Bennington unless we can pull off a win here. And Still got volleyball going yet. They have one more game left before they get into district play. And
Yeah, and I believe Bennington's hosting the volleyball district tournament this year.
well, hopefully we can get a big crowd then out for that if they're going to host it and get them fired up because, you know, they certainly got a shot to get down to state and maybe make some noise. It's been a few years, but girls certainly have a great season this year. Big pass. Another Gordon down, going for the touchdown.
Oh, there's a flag on the play, though. Late flag behind the play after it's over. Looks like they're going to make a touchdown stand. Calling sportsmanlike on the Badger, or excuse me, on the Skyhawks. He started pointing Bennington's way on that one. A little excessive celebration there. Yeah, there must have been something said on the rundown.
Yeah, the flags are coming from way behind, so I don't know.
Yeah, looking at it on the delay, it looked like something must have been said because I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But one of the Skutt guys was running by one of the Bennington players, and that's when the flags came flying.
So it makes a long extra point. And with the wind, looks like he got it.
Still waiting.
So that makes it 49-13 right now. 6 minutes and 57 seconds left in the game. So
Also along with Caleb Lambert getting 18th place today, Emily Grass, who also represented BHS at the state cross country meet Harney.
and that makes it 36-point difference, which means the running clock should be in effect now and speed up this game. So that's going to make it real tough for Bennington to come back. Just like to see the boys keep fighting. That's always important. No matter what, they keep fighting. And I always tell our wrestlers, if you get beat, I want the guy coming over to shake my hands. I want him to know he's been in the battle. I want to see his headgear crooked, his hair all over the place, and him sweating a bunch and not happy with the win. So keep fighting all the way to the end.
Wagaman's going to get a chance to return this, but doesn't quite bring it that as far up. Got to about the 16.
The kickoff was returned by number 24, Jacob Wagaman. Wagaman tripped up at the 17-yard line.
Nice little run there. Looks like he's got the first down. About 11-yard run for a first down. And that's Jacob Wagaman.
There's a personal foul on the play.
Oh, another 15 yards tacked on.
There's a flag on the play.
Personal foul and sportsmanlike, it's too bad. I mean, it's you know you want to play on the edge certainly, but you're up by 36. Let's play a clean game.
Looks like he came in a little high on the quarterback.
Maybe a short run there for Wagaman. He picked up about 2 yards. The 2nd and 8. I think you need to double our pay here, Craig. This is
Zero.
This is the challenge run. The camera spotting and commentating all at once, but it's all right. It's kind of fun anyway.
Well, if anybody listening wants to maybe stick their logo on a stream, they can reach out in the comments on Bennington TV and let us know, and maybe we'll work something out.
Get some advertising, huh?
Get some advertising. Cover some equipment costs to start with.
Yeah, this year it's a nice little run there. Looks like he may have the first down.
Yeah, looks like he got it.
Wagam's got the first down there. Yeah, this broadcasting's all new this year, and certainly got to get it started somehow, but maybe that's kind of the next step is look at getting some sponsorships and for the future to help cover the costs of this. And it's great for those people who can't make it, grandparents, especially family members that are up at St. Cloud, and things like that. So it's always nice to be able to broadcast these games and stuff. Craig started last year with wrestling events and conference and districts and started all there. Actually does this a living for Flow Sports. Travels all over the country for this. Fake. Not much there.
So got about a yard on the carry. Bring up about 3rd and 7.
Yeah, speaking of Craig traveling all over, he is at the World Team Trials, running the World Team Trials. Talk about Bennington impact on the world out there. Here he is, center stage. Wouldn't even give me a seat down there at the World Team Trials.
Hey, I got you a seat down there. Don't lie.
Well, that was on the bleachers, but
it's the only seats there were on the floor.
All right, nice.
Nebraska's good seats at the Devaney are actually above the floor. They put the older school, the plastic bleacher seats on the floor and the nice comfy chairs up in the bowl up top at the Devaney.
That's 4th down and about 2.
He's going to go for it here.
Yeah, might as well at this point.
And you're going into the wind. The kicks have not given you much room, and really down 35.
36.
Yeah,
and it looks like they got the first down and still driving. Oh, he's going to break away. Almost broke that one all the way. Nice run there. Nice, tough run.
Down the 23-yard line. Another first down for the Badgers.
Nice run for Jacob Wagman there. Looks like we got timeout for Bennington. Yeah, talking about doubling our salary. I guess that means 2 cheeseburgers Mr. Lamberty gives us or something. Well, Skutt's out here for a football game. Come to Bennington for that. Skutt's going to come back to Bennington this winter. The Badger Duels on December 30th. Skutt will be here. They're joining their Badger Duels. The dual tournament we started a couple of years ago and started with 6 teams and been going real well. We added 4 teams this year and 4 powerhouses too this year. We got Skutt, probably going to be top ranked team in the state. Hastings is coming out. They're probably going to be number 2 in the state, in my opinion. And then one of the other top teams in the state that earned a district number 1 Serpentine seed is Wahoo, which would probably be a top 5 team. So 3 tough teams coming, plus Ralston, bring some solid kids too. But we really love that extra good competition. So we brought in 3 of the best teams in B, and great chance to see some great wrestling if you want to come out. It'll be December 30th this year. Badger Duels. Got that new gym opened up, and auxiliary gym that we'll use for that and for all our home duels, so make it a little more exciting atmosphere.
5 mats for the Badger Duels.
All right, that was a no gain there, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Backwards
pass
throw.
Has got a nice.
Just broke it up, almost intercepted there.
Yeah, the receiver turned into defender there, but I think if you don't have the wind, I think that he looked like he was a little bit open. If he could have got over the top of their defender, he might have been able to get it for a touchdown. But I think that wind knocks it down just enough that now it looks like almost an interception. But on a normal day, that might have been a touchdown there.
It sure looked like he had a step and then had to come back. Another throw over the top. It's up in the air again.
Oh.
Not quite getting the
tipped
juggling catch again.
Yeah, it would have been a pretty good catch there if that would have happened.
Looks like throws are just a little bit short, not quite going over the top. Hard for the receivers to come back on.
Yep, they're going into the wind, so that makes a lot of sense. It's hard to plan for the wind because he used to throwing it without the wind, and then all of a sudden you're going into a stiff wind like this. It's tough.
Looks like he's going to throw a little short this time, but it's same result, incomplete, and Badgers are going to have to go on defense.
Yep, that was 4th down, so Skutt takes over. That kid's had a nice little drive going there, just couldn't quite finish it.
And speaking earlier of the Badger duels being here, we plan on covering all the home wrestling events this year. Most of them are in the beginning of the season. But sure like to see a big crowd come out. We'll also cover some of the basketball. And in the fall, we'll see if we get some soccer on the field here, and have to see if the baseball fields have internet by then.
How about some track you got?
I think there's one track meet we might be able to make that's kind of far out in the schedule to see.
Because isn't flow track one of the first sports that you had?
Yep, flow track is one of the 2 originals. It started off with flow wrestling and flow track. Got about 25 sports now.
A big run, about a 15-yard run there for a first down.
Carried by Epperson.
Jared Epperson on the carry. Tackle made by number 8, Jacob Zielinski.
Yeah, flow wrestling and really expanding it, getting into football and everything. Even doing Division I football game out there, I hear.
Yeah, we've had a couple Conference USA games. Next week we'll cover Rice and Louisiana Tech.
So how much do you pay their
Flow
announcers?
football. I have no idea. I don't think we actually pay them. I think it's covered by the conference pays them or the school or something like that. You're asking the wrong guy.
Well, I was just wanting to know if I needed to ask for a raise or not.
Well, you're no Tony Romo, so.
Yeah, better than Tony Romo. What are you talking
He doesn't
about?
talk enough wrestling.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, FlowFootball.com covers some D1 football, high-end high school football. You see some of the top-rated teams in the country.
All right, that was the end of the 3rd quarter, so they're switching sides of the field right now, and got the 4th quarter coming up. Score now is 49-13. Looks like Skutt's been getting ready to start here the quarter.
Looks like they've got their backup quarterback in now.
Yeah, it looked like I
Ryan
saw these
McCormick.
starting to substitute players, give them some game time experience, rest up their starters for the playoffs. I mean, they got a mix of a few, but which is normally how it goes.
That's Epperson breaking it again and going for a touchdown. About 54-yard run for Epperson. Another touchdown for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, I knew that they're gonna score a lot of points, you know, with their offense, and we were gonna need to score a lot ourselves. And started out looking good, but it's gotten tough lately, and you know. But as you seen that last drive, we were still driving down the field, so we're moving the ball and against one of the top teams in the state. And so the kids are still fighting, and that's what you like to see as a coach, and you know, never give up. All right, with the extra point being good, score's now 56-13. Got 11 minutes left. The running clock, that goes by pretty quick. You know, that was a good rule put in many years ago. And, you know, there's, you know, some of the games that kind of get out of hand. It's good to get them over with and not run up the scores like that Class A game last week that scored over 100 points between two teams. But that was different. That's because they were both in the game, and it was a back-and-forth game. But it's a good rule, the running clock, when you got overmatched sometimes, but kind of like a technical fall in wrestling. On the flip side, it really takes you, it doesn't give you a chance to make any kind of comeback if there's any ray of hope. Because in this, you know, football, you can have turnover here or there, and all of a sudden you can score a couple quick points and a couple big plays, and all of a sudden you're sneaking back into it. But even with that, that's still, it's a good rule. Like I said, it's just kind of like a technical fall in wrestling. One's overmatched. You just don't want to embarrass the other. Let's get it over with.
Badgers still fighting. Got starters in still.
Yeah, it looks like another unsportsmanlike, I would say. Just the way it appeared there on the tackle.
Brought Wagaman down a little extra hard on that.
I think it was the after stuff that happened. I think he kind of stood over and said something over Wagaman. And
5-yard loss will turn into essentially a 10-yard gain and an automatic first down. Looked like he just stepped over him.
Yeah, I know he's excited, but got to act like you've been there before. And you know, no reason why you can't be excited, but don't overdo it. Nice pass. Oh,
nice,
just broken up.
Nice breakup by Tyson Gordon.
Ruprecht was open, and if he could have got that, he had a lot of room going down the field. Yeah, and Gordon's certainly a great defender. He leads the state in the interceptions with 4, leads Class B. So certainly a tough guy to throw at. Maybe look at going the other way, I guess. Oh, is that tip? Does he catch? Did he catch it?
Tip?
Oh,
I didn't
no.
quite get it. Yeah, tip by Carlson, and looked like
I had a chance to catch that ball. Was kind of floating in the air for a second.
good blocking on the edge.
Wagaman looks like he's going to be real close to that first down.
Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short there.
Yep.
Really set up by Ruprecht's block there on the edge.
Yeah, 4th and 1. Badgers are going for it. No reason not to.
Smell a draw.
Oh. In and out of the hands there. Well, ball now goes to Skutt. Goes back to Skutt. Right at about the 50-yard line. Looked like he was looking to turn and run before he caught it. Sometimes that happens. You're open and you're excited, and you turn and run before you have it.
It looked like Cooper was turning a throw before he got the snap under control.
Yeah, they're just trying to rush things. That shows a fight. They're still fighting. Just that's always a good sign they're fighting. Don't give up.
Now the guy
run up the middle for about 10 yards. Looks like.
Now Scott's got
first down.
Tyson Gordon in at quarterback.
Number 4, Epperson. Gain of 11 on that play. First and 10 from the Bennington 39-yard line.
Gordon's just a sophomore. Scott's trying to get a little experience with the young guys now. Not just the backups.
That's important to building programs is giving those backups a real game time experience.
Number 11, Jack Carlson on the carry. Tackle made by number 4, Nick Bowen. Second down and 6.
Tailback Grant Deasing is also a sophomore back there. Number of sophomores in the game right now for Skutt.
The quarterback kept that on the option there and got a first down. So Skutt's moving the ball again.
Tyson Gordon on the carry. A 12-yard gain. Bring the ball to the Bennington 23-yard line. First and 10, Skyhawks.
So Bennington's bringing a little extra heat now. A 1-yard gain for Skutt.
Skutt's had a lot of success up the middle there. It's kind of tough when a team can run up the middle on you. It's really tough to stop them, and can be demoralizing because, especially when they break a few big ones. That run be about 2 yards short of the first down, so we got 3rd and 2.
Carlson on the carry. Six-yard gain, bringing up 3rd down and 2.
It looks like Baines is going to stop him there. No gain.
Bring up 4th and about 2 to go.
Hopefully he can get a stop here. Give Bennington a chance just on offense again to see what they can do. Just the game looks like it's out of hand at this point, but still keep fighting in there and keep playing hard. It's going to be real close. I don't think he's got it. And it looks like the officials are saying Bennington's ball, so looks like he's about a half yard short on that.
Stop short
pretty big game last night. I don't know if you watched it. It was on TV last night between Gretna and Elkhorn South.
I didn't end up seeing it, but I heard all about it.
Yeah, it was a good game. Gretna pulled off the win. They're making it sound like it was the biggest upset of the season. I don't know how they could say that when both teams are 8-0 and ranked number 1 and number 2. I mean, it's certainly an upset, but it's not biggest of the season, I would say.
I think the big talk was the end of the streak.
Yeah, that's probably why. But still, that's not the biggest upset out there. And certainly that could be a state championship game down the road, possibly. I know it seems like York and Skutt here will have something to say about it, but still, it's right now those two teams look like they're ahead of everybody out there.
Yeah, Gretna came into here and had a big win over the Badgers.
Yeah, they got lucky. Probably because Jake Smith is there and he's told them all our secrets.
Yeah, that's it. There's definitely some good young up-and-comers on the Bennington football team. Freshmen ended their season undefeated earlier this week.
8th graders also undefeated this year.
So a lot of young guys coming up with a lot of talent. Hopefully they keep working hard.
Yep, that's the key. You can't rest on your laurels what you did in junior high and freshman. You got to keep working hard every year, no matter what sport it is. You got to get better and better all the time. Hit the weights in the off season. Participate in other sports to make yourself a better athlete out here, and come ready to play. And you always constantly got to be looking at getting better. And that goes for any sport, but certainly with success of those younger teams, that there's a bright future still ahead here.
Bringing the ball to the Bennington 41-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
Krasowski with the keeper up the middle, goes for the first down. Got about almost 10 yards, looks like. Got a first down, so moving the ball, but about a minute 25 left in the game.
Good pass out to Colton Smith.
Yep,
Flag on the play.
Looks like a face mask are coming. Wait, it was pulled around. It might be a 15-yarder. I don't know. We'll see what the officials call. They're discussing it right now. So.
It's like they're talk some more about it.
I don't know what there's to talk about. He was pulled around unless he grabbed a shoulder pad or something and just looked like he had a face mask. But there it is. Personal foul, face mask.
Against the Skyhawks.
About a minute 5 left in the game here. Bennington's driving, but still got a long ways to go yet.
So Cooper's going long
Deep.
here.
Oh.
Looking for the outside shoulder, but not quite.
Cameraman missed that. Gotta give him. You gotta find a better cameraman or pay him more. Gotta get one of those cameras that go across the field, floating in the air on those cables. Come on, Craig.
Well, the school's
time.
got to get a dome first and get that AstroTurf down, or the field turf down. Well, that sounds like that's being talked about nowadays, is bringing field turf, Badger Field.
Well, we really kind of need it. A big long pass, nice catch.
Down to the 2-yard line. But yeah, with soccer playing, it looks like they're just going to run out of time and
Out of time.
not get that score.
Yeah, with the spring soccer, and the field's being used all spring long, and you don't have that spring like you used to for the grass to grow, and so it's getting beat down in the spring and beat down in the fall. It's tough to keep it up, and so that's probably something that's not a bad idea down in the future. And plus, you can get a field that drains better, and not have a big crown on it either. So soccer needs flatter fields. And
Yeah, I know they've had a lot of freshman and JV games down at the elementary. So hopefully something to keep in mind. People start thinking about the cost of field turf.
yeah, there's a cost of field turf. There's also a cost of maintenance, trying to maintain it and keep it up, and especially if it gets torn up a lot. That I don't know the cost of it, the difference and all that, but certainly the maintenance will somewhat make it worthwhile, and the safety to the kids. I mean, if you're ever playing on a field that's all torn up and muddy and slipping, and it's always a chance that kids getting injured, and that's one of the important things.
Yep. Well, that does it for us tonight. Bennington falls to Omaha Skutt 56-13, and that ends the regular season and pretty much ends the season for Bennington as far as football goes. We'll be back on Tuesday evening for some volleyball. JV game starting at 5:30. Varsity should start at 6:30 against Waverly. So tune in then. Thank you.